What's going on, fam? Hope y'all having a blessed day. Sorry I'm a little late, but had a lot to do today. Had a lot to do. So I'm gonna give you guys a little time to come on in. Hopefully YouTube sending out my notifications. Let's go, fam. We got a lot to talk about. What's up, Ibrahim? Ibrahim in the building. What's going on, fam? Hopefully YouTube don't mess with the chat today. Don't forget to smash the like button, Ibrahim. Bully Bear, wow. Finally got Bully Bear in the building. Crypto Bully Bear is in the building. What's up, Bear? David in the building. Hey, bro, which membership should I choose for one-on-one, please? It don't matter, David. Anyone you choose, man. I'm gonna show all the support that I can show. Like I said, it ain't about the money. I see you in the building. No problem, Bear. I'm gonna keep pushing, man. You know, every time I do my live, I always let them know that you one of the goats, fam. You one of the goats. And I let them know that watching your decodes is what brought me to this platform, brought me to Proton, and my journey started from there. You and New Titan 888. Yeah, no problem, David. Like I say, it's not about the money, fam. Anything I could do to help, that's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for. But this has been an interesting week. You know, a lot of the decodes this week showed a lot of things, right? Especially the one I did pertaining to Alcor. Exactly. Exactly, Bear. Exactly. Exactly. But I was amazed, right? Because like I say, when YouTube, whenever they try to suppress like my channel, whenever they mess with my live chat and things like that, I don't know, for some reason it motivates me, and I always download something significant, right? Marshall said there won't be anything with BSV. Why do you think he said that? Because they don't want you to know the truth. They don't want you to know the truth. That's why. They're not going to tell you everything. If they would have told us everything, right, they would have told us about the Iraqi dinar. They would have told us about the things that they are planning. They don't tell us none of that. We have to figure that out for ourselves. Right? We tap into the universe. That's all I'm saying. Big shout out to the trolls in the building already. Exactly, Bear. They are the precious metals. They are. And the strange thing is, right? Why Renasia? What's going on, Renasia? But it got my attention, right? Because I really realized that Alcor doesn't have. I'm doing okay, fam. Renasia. But there's no KYC on Alcor. Micro, what's going on, fam? There's no KYC on Alcor. And that got my attention because I was like, why? Why no KYC on Elcor? And it made me think about sovereignty. Because when the U.S. rolls out regulations, when they roll out, yeah, they got a lot of new airdrops, Ibrahim. I got some of them, right? But there's a lot of airdrops that have been coming all of a sudden. So if you guys don't know about Dr. Alicia in the building, what's up, fam? There is a lot of airdrops on BlastPad. So if you guys don't know about BlastPad, connect your Anchor wallet or wallet to BlastPad, and depending on your holdings, you can get a lot of these airdrops. You can get a lot of these airdrops. But what's going on when it comes to Elcor? Why when I do my decodes always kind of point to Elcor as a chain? For some reason, that's what my spirit is telling me. Because I see the alphabet A in gematria more than any other thing. And yesterday, the decode that I did, right, that was talking about Elcor, Munchie, what's going on, fam? It said alphabetization. And that definitely got my attention. Curtis Keat, what's going on, fam? That definitely got my attention. Because on Elcor, they have coins that are starting from A all the way through Z, right? A coin, B coin, C coin, D coin, E coin, F coin, G coin. And when I first saw that, I was like, what is this? Right? But when I did that decode yesterday, it said alphabetization. That rung a bell. That rung a bell. And I think Elcor is going to play a major role in the future. I think Elcor may even add on and off ramps. What's up, Joy? Right now, there are no on and off ramps on Elcor. You can only swap coins, right? But imagine one day, because we know it's a DEX. So imagine one day, we're able to cash out on Elcor. Yeah, this always glitching, Ibrahim, especially on Weboff. Weboff, for some reason, always shows prices that are outrageous. Could that be us getting a glimpse into the future and seeing the future prices of some of these coins? Billy Wallace in the building. What's up, Billy? Exactly, Bear. Because we've seen too many things pointing to Elcor. Yesterday, right, when I was doing the decode, we saw the number 468 and also 486, which is on Elcor. We also saw the term, right? We also saw the terms that gave us the number 1140. What was 1140 in that decode? Elcor chain migration. I don't think that was a coincidence, fam. Elcor chain migration. The word migration was 1140. And if you flip it around to 1104, you get Iraqi dinar revalue. It's all connected. It's all connected, fam. So we have to pay attention to these things. We have to pay attention to these things, fam. And you know they call a lot of these coins scams. Trey King in the building. They call a lot of these coins scams. We see the same narrative on Stellar that we see on Alcor. They call them scams, right? Are they really scams? Hey, Bullet Bear dropping gems, y'all. Bullet Bear dropping gems in here already. Already. Perry in the building. Jack Thompson in the building. What's up, Jack? Exactly. Jack says crypto wealth and perfect health to all. All homage to the Most High. Exactly. Marching Aries in the building. What's up, Marching Aries? Y'all don't forget to hit that like button. Much love, Jack. Yeah. But it's time. It's time. We are the community that is looking in the right direction. We are not distracted. Exactly, Bear. Most will sleep and some will rise. Xander in the building. Antoine in the building. Peace and blessings, fam. Peace and blessings. We're going to see how long they let this chat go today. Because you know they always attacking us because we the woke. We got the Netherlands in the building, right? M. Asmara in the building. Yeah, hit that like button and subscribe, fam. We the woke, right? It's a celebration. M. Kowalski. What's up, Kowalski? We the woke. We the high vibrational. We are the high vibrational. No low vibrations over here. Right? I see Ebony in the building. Cold silver. Bullet Bear says cold silver. And I see silver so much in crypto. Silver, and I know the number, 1029. I know the numbers, I know the codes, because I've cracked enough codes to know. Frederick in the building. Boy, them trolls know they be coming in with some stuff, huh? Yeah, the trolls say, notification that I will get permanently banned on YouTube if I don't end this live in 5 minutes. Right? Wyola in the building. See, that makes me feel good, fam. For the enemy to attack us like that, for the enemy to always try to come in with some BS, we must be over the target. We must be over the target. Right? We all work together to crack these codes and solve these cases. Right? We know what eCoin is. Most people in crypto don't. They too busy buying coins that are sitting at a $50 billion market cap. Right? Chasing the hype. They chasing the hype. We don't chase the hype. Right? I was telling Dr. Robinson earlier. You got coins on Stellar right now, $50,000 market cap, $10,000 market cap. Super early. Super early. We don't do what the masses do, right? As I said in my last video, the movie The Day After Tomorrow, they were warned to stay in the library. They were warned to stay in the library, but they looked out the window and saw the masses walking by. And what did they do? They went with the masses. And what happened? They froze. Those that stayed in the library, the few, the chosen, they survived. They survived. And we are going to survive. Not only because we are spiritual and we are high vibrational, But we have the Most High in our corner. We tap in with our ancestors. That's what we do. Because even though I'm so shadow banned on YouTube, you still found my videos. You still were able to join the community. Do you think it's a coincidence that I found Crypto Bully Bear and New Titan 888? If it wasn't for them, there would be no Starship. Think about that. We all get activated at some point to play a certain role. We all get activated at some point to play a certain role. But it's time, fam. It's time to elevate. Black Richie Rich, what's going on? I make sure that that's why I use banknoteworld.com, because the banknotes are authenticated and they give you a certificate to prove that those banknotes are authenticated. You couldn't have said that better, Bully Bear. You couldn't have said that better. Dr. Alicia says, I love Crypto Bully Bear. You see, we got awesome people in this community, right? Even doctors. We putting something big together, fam, because I told you it's bigger than crypto. It's bigger than crypto, fam. We heading into times where you're going to have to be connected to like-minded people, to spiritual, high vibrational people. Because it's about to take off, fam. It's about to get crazy out here. Right? We have to be prepared spiritually, mentally, and physically. Right? We have to be mentally, spiritually, and physically prepared for what's coming. We're going to see things that we would have never expected to see. There may be blackouts. There may be pestilence. We know World War III is kicking off. There's a lot of unrest in the United States, a lot of division. Bear says, we are the Undertakers bringing the heat with Metallica's products. Exactly. Like the other day, hey, I was just talking about this Crypto Bully Bear. I went on my YouTube, right? I went on my YouTube and I just sitting there and I said, let me type in XPR Network. And when I typed in XPR Network, the first video came up was yours. But it was from years ago. And I say, this man putting in work daily almost. Why they only show videos from years ago? From years ago. But when it comes to other coins, they flood the page with recent coins. Is it a distraction? Because they want us to think that Metallica's and Metal Blockchain and the Web-Off wallet, all of this is old news. Nobody's paying attention to this stuff. It's the algorithm. It's the algorithm. It's the algorithm, fam. Just like the bots are attacking right now. They got y'all see them? They got crazy bots in the chat right now. I hope they bots. I hope they're not real people. It's today's Saturday, right? We could be doing a lot of things. But they want to suppress the truth. They don't want you to know about these coins, not only these coins, but they don't want to let you know that there are powers in numbers. There is power in numbers, fam. You can use these numbers and get all the information that you need from the universe. Rashad says definitely bots, right? And you're right. No, not all people can see. I know y'all witness it a lot, right, on a daily basis when you're telling your friends, your family about the coins, how to position, and they look at you like you crazy. They try to put a timeline on when you will become wealthy. Just because I'm not rich now or I'm not wealthy now, that makes me, I guess, irrelevant and my information invalid. And that's how they look at it. And the minute you become wealthy, then they feel like you left them behind. You didn't tell me. You didn't push me hard enough. That's where it starts, Bear. Being rich in our vision, right? We are theoretically rich, right? We already see it, and we move and we walk like we are. And that could cause a lot of issues with people who you deal with. A lot of people can't see what's coming, fam. And I feel so bad that so many people don't understand the time we are in. They don't understand. That's why I stopped watching sports and entertainment, because we're not in that time in history, fam. This is the time to be vigilant. It don't mean, I don't think, it doesn't matter if it's uncirculated or circulated, Richie Rich, as long as it's an actual note. Because uncirculated and circulated, that's based on collectible type notes, right? Like collecting them to for rarity, right? Like you may have a note that's more rarer and it might be more valuable because of the rarity. But we're buying notes for the intrinsic value, right? For what it's worth for that note. So when they do the revaluation, if one dinar is worth $1 and you have an actual note, a $50,000 note, and it's the correct note and it's authenticated, then that one note will be $50,000. So you don't have to worry about the uncirculated and circulating aspect of it, right? That's just for collectibles and, for the rarity of the note. You just want to make sure you have authentic banknotes that you can walk into a bank and swap out, or either redemption centers. But that Iraqi dinar is definitely going to show its face at some point. Now the question is, when we go to the bank to cash out our Iraqi dinars, will we be cashing it out for physical dollars, or will we cash them out for digital IQD? Because we know the IQD is on Stellar. They go stay in 3D, Richie Rich. So you see, we move. See, this community, we 5D. We 5D. We 5D or higher. We fifth dimension or higher. We fifth dimension or higher, fam. I got the dome too. Not only do I have the Vietnamese dome, but I have the Venezuelan Boulevard, and I have the Zimbabwe RV $100 trillion notes. This is going to be a global revaluation because all of the currencies are going to be backed by gold and silver. You can say goodbye to the petrodollar. You can say goodbye to the petrodollar. What's up, Donald Bolden in the building? That's another great one just came in. I see Love 25 in the building. I think that's Love 25 in the building. Saying it's true. And for you guys that don't know the addresses to get the Iraqi dinar on Stellar, you can get them from fednow.us.gov. Type that address into the search bar, or you can just type in IQD in the search bar. Because when you type in Iraqi dinar, you really won't get certain things coming up. But if you type in IQD in the search bar, you will see all of the different addresses that the IQD are under. Afrium is another coin that I definitely got. That is a coin that it's also on Coinbase that you can swap the Afrium for 1-to-1 to the Iraqi dinar. Also on Coinbase, there's a coin called Handle Forex that can be swapped 1-to-1 for the Iraqi dinar. And when they had the SDEX website up, when you put fednow.us.gov into the search box, all of these currencies would come up. But for some reason, number one was Iraqi dinar. And why is Iraqi dinar linked to Federal Reserve? You have federalreserve.com something. You'll see it if you type in IQD, right? I think Crypto Rick posted that one. I also posted it. But you also will see fednow.us.gov. Also, you have Afrium, AFREUM, and you have IAQD, which is under Afrium also. So all of these coins on Stellar, right? They're all pointing towards something big or major coming with the Iraqi dinar. Something is coming with that Iraqi dinar. Something is going to take place in Iraq that we cannot see. We already know Iraq is basically Samaria. We know that's what Babylon was. We know that they went to Iraq and took a lot of the artifacts from Iraq that were of ancient. Who knows what's coming, fam? But one thing I do know is some people never learn. They tried it before, right? And God had to show them who's the boss. They go keep trying. They go keep trying because you know why they keep trying? Because when they leave this place, that's it for them. So they go try to raise all the hell they can. They go fight like hell on their way out. Donald Bolden says in Lobster, Afrium has connections to almost all country currencies. Exactly. Exactly. You have Afrium and you have AI Afrium. I have both of those. I think they have S too. Somebody on the Patreon showed me the S Afrium also. So we paying attention to the things we need to pay attention to. We not doing certain things that's just because it's just popular, right? Everybody chasing popularity. We over here in the corner with the few looking strange, right? Because I guess we come off different. How long until most of the workforce is AI? We still got a ways to go, but they putting it together, headed by Palantir. Headed by Palantir. They putting it together. That's a good move, Donald. That is a good move. Because like I say, when they revalue these currencies, a lot of people are going to become wealthy because they bought these currencies at the bottom. That's why they send in certain factions to cause war in certain countries, because when war kicks off, the value of the currency drops. And then you get all these millionaires and billionaires, they come in and they buy those currencies at a low price. And then once the war is over, they come in and cash out because the currency has went up. What's up, Eddie? Welcome to the channel. Chloe in the building. You see, we pay attention to what we need to pay attention to. The average person, if you ask them about Alcor, they have no idea what it is. They have no idea what the Wellboth wallet is. They don't see what's happening. We see it. No, Donald, it doesn't look like it. That is the ZBEC symbol. That is the ZBEC symbol on that Zimbabwe RV. Definitely the symbol. Bear says Megan Stallion. So we know what time it is. We know what time it is. We positioning ourselves in many, many ways. Eddie says he's a for sure fan. Appreciate it, fam. Diana in the building. What's going on, fam? Glad you was able to make it. I like seeing my familiar faces. No, I see you. I see your comment, Donald. I see you. They letting us roll today for some reason. They gonna let us roll for a while. I see I got 43 people in the building. Y'all hit the like button for me. It will be greatly appreciated. And another thing I want to talk about is the fact that XRP and XPR are going to merge and become one. Bullet Bear says Megan Stallion, Meg equals Jim. She appeared in Super Bowl number 56 and 59, lone silver. Stallion, superior horse. Hey, Bullet Bear dropping gems, fam. More confirmation. More confirmation. And I see silver. I see silver surrounding Metallicas and the coins a lot. A lot. Mario in the building from Texas. What's going on? And you know another thing got my attention? When I saw in the decode that it said, Tom Sky. What's up, Tom Sky? Pro XPR in the building. When it says something about, some of you may remember this in the decode when it says something about basically XRP 262 is going to back up loan. Because we saw in the clip that in the movie Sneakers, we saw it said Federal Reserve XRP 262. Send receive, right? Send receive. XRP 262. Bear says diamonds equals silver. We'll explain in Phoenix show part 3 coming soon. We all gonna make sure we check that out, Bear. We all gonna make sure we check that out. Pro XPR says, welcome in, welcome in. You see, I think this is one of the best, this is the best community in all of crypto. Because what we not doing over here, we not misleading people, right? We not leading people to the hellfire, and in the process of leading people to the hellfire, we becoming wealthy. We still out here busting our butts, working our 9 to 5s, right? But like I told you, these other channels, right? They promoting other products. It's all about generating money. Talking about coins, they getting rich talking about coins that haven't made nobody a millionaire. Nobody. The only ones who making money from the coins they're talking about is people who already have money. But the things that are coming now is not for the wealthy. The first will be last and the last will be first, fam. What's coming is for regular people like me and you. God's chosen, the faithful. God go flip this thing over. The universe is going to flip this thing over and catch a lot of people off guard. I'm not going to mock what the rich are doing because the rich are the target. They've pillaged. They've done so many things in society. We go definitely check that out, Bully Bear. You have to know who to align with. When I saw what Bully Bear was doing, I aligned with Bully Bear. When I saw what Rick was doing, New Titan 888, right? I aligned with these guys. I reached out to these guys. I felt the energy and the spirit from these guys. I don't feel that same energy from these other people talking about other coins. Because they're not doing it from their heart chakra. Bully Bear says we are going to have fun. Phoenix Show Part 3. Definitely. Make sure I catch that, Bear. But I just want to give a big shout out to everybody that's here for seeing through the fog and the smoke, for raising your frequencies and your vibrations to match mine and like-minded people in this community. Leverage for good in the building. What's going on, fam? I just want to give you guys a big shout out, because it takes a lot to be different. It takes a lot to stand on your own and not do what's popular or follow the masses. We can all be right now with most of our money in coins that they mass push, right? There is no shortage of XRP videos. There is no shortage of Bitcoin videos. They make sure you see those videos, but they don't make sure you see these type of videos and videos from people like Bear and everyone else in the community. I've been saying Bully Bear should have way more subscribers. As long as he's been on YouTube, that's definitely suppression, fam. Crypto Rick, with the gems Rick has dropped also, Crypto Rick should be past 100,000 subscribers. But they give us these clowns, right? You look at their page, it's 250,000 subscribers. Every video they drop, 20,000 plus views. Exactly. I told you guys, the enemy will make you wealthy if you lead people astray. If I was leading you guys astray, I would have two, three, four, $500 in my super chat right now. I would have 5,000 people on my live. YouTube will make sure of that. They probably have bots giving me money just to tell me keep going. Good job. You leading them right where we want you to lead them. But because I'm doing it from my heart, because it's all about being spiritual, I got to get it out the mud. I got to wait my time. Thank you, Leverage for Good. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Thank you, fam. I'm just showing you guys the difference, though. I'm just showing you guys the difference. Because when you go to their pages, their super chats are never stopping. And they talking about a coin that has not made people money. Make that make sense to me. Make that make sense. Thank you for the $50 super chat. Thank you for the $20. They make $1,000 almost every live talking about a coin that has not put no money in their pocket. The only ones making money off XRP are the top 1%. The top 1%. Think about that. Thank you, Jason, for the $5.99 super chat. Thank you, fam. I'm just showing you guys that they try to starve out the righteous. They try to make it hard. They thought that I was going to get discouraged because money wasn't coming in and stop. 530 videos later, I'm still here. I'm still here. It was easy for me to say, oh, I would never get monetized, or I would never make money on YouTube. That would have been a problem if that would have been my agenda. My agenda is to do what the Most High chose me to do, to reveal what I can see to those who cannot see. Also show them how I was able to tap into that because they have the same capabilities and powers. We are powerful beings, fam. We are made in the Most High's image and likeness. Thank you, Donald. Appreciate it. Yeah, Bully Bear deserves a lot of love, too. He deserves a lot of love, too, fam. I remember when a certain coin, I think it was Hedge or whatever, right? And when Hedge was taking off, I was the #1 holder of that coin. You can ask Bully Bear. I airdrop all those guys those coins. Everybody in my Patreon got airdrop coins. Whenever I put myself in a position to where I was able to help, I airdrop people coins. But you had people coming on my YouTube telling me I'm a scammer. I'm trying to make money off people. What kind of scammer airdrops his community coins? Bear says, we are all the glasses people didn't even know they needed. Exactly, fam. XRP LT went 3x on 22 and stayed there. XRP 262 go have his... We ain't seen nothing yet, fam. We ain't seen nothing yet, fam. We haven't seen anything yet. Jason says 249 for Crypto Bully Bear. I don't know if that was able to go to Bully Bear, but if not, I will make sure he get it. That's an awesome guy. That's an awesome guy, man. I have the utmost respect for Bully Bear. He's just like me, right? Getting starved out, but he doing it from his heart because he know what he was chosen to do. He looks at himself the way I look at myself, right? As gods, not the almighty most high God, no. But God said, I made man in my image and my likeness. That's called Christ consciousness, fam. When you tap into Christ consciousness, fam, you don't look at things the same anymore. You don't look at things the same anymore. Bingo, what's up, fam? That's all I'm saying. All of you here are gods and goddesses. And we all pay homage to the Most High God. But I told you the Most High God has different attributes has many attributes. Countless attributes, fam. And that's real. So now we're about to find out. Bear says you are so connected. SB59 was in your hometown. Long. Sure was. Hey, I was going crazy. Hey, Bear, remember around that time I was going crazy. I thought they was go with their move. And you know what I'm talking about. I thought they was gonna go with their move. I went to get me some iodine tablets and everything. I was paranoid. They had me on edge. I was looking at blast radiuses and everything online. Hey, that day I got off from work, I was flying by people going 100 miles per hour. Because remember the term we see in gematria, be ready at 8. I thought something was going to go down at 8 o'clock. I got off at 7 o'clock. I was, you ought to saw me going through traffic, bro. I was zooming. Yeah, I'll never forget that. I'll never forget that, man. I was 100 miles per hour all the way home in a truck. I was getting it. But I'm the starship. And you know what the decode said? Many of you remember? Starship takes people of Earth to Mars. I never forgot that. At the time, I didn't understand what it meant. But much later, after decoding, Mars is exactly where we are positioned. Mars, you already there, Bully Bear, we already there. We already on Mars. That's Alcor and Metal Pay, Metal Blockchain, the Web-Auth wallet, that's Mars. You see, we have two options. We have the Metallica's Web-Auth option that falls under the Fed because they're partnered with Fed now, right? Exactly, Bear. Yeah, we going further than that. We going to Sirius B because that's where most of us come from anyway, Sirius B. But we have Metallicas and Web-Auth. We know that falls under the Fed, right? That's why they have us doing the KYC. But then we have Alcor that doesn't require KYC. So we have two options. Because once they lock everything up with the freeze, what's up, Hero? My family Hero made it to the live. I was wondering when I was going to see you, fam. I always enjoy when I see familiar faces, right? Because I know the family. But when the freeze happens and everything is locked up, right? You can't sell, you can't swap, you can't do any of these things, but maybe we'll be able to do it on L-Core. And then once everything frees up, we probably was able to make our swaps that we needed to make. Now we could hit the off ramp and cash out. Definitely, bare metal DAO and metal. See, I don't talk about metal blockchain and metal DAO much because that's self-explanatory. That is the system. You can't have a metal pay without metal blockchain and metal DAO. We know metal pay is 588, and 588 is also BRICS pay, right? So I don't talk about those because that's a non-brainer. That's a no-brainer. That's a no-brainer. Metal DAO and metal blockchain, no-brainer. OG Profit, what's going on, fam? Donald says big facts. Big facts. We already know that if you don't have metal, you got nothing. We talking about the head. We talking about the head. That's metal. What's up, Jimmy? Everyone should hold one Bitcoin and one metal. Well, I got the metal part down. Alcedra says, how many metal is a good bag? Yeah, a lot of happening over there, leverage. I don't do this much, Alcedra, but right now, I have just 1,000 metal. That's all I have, 1,000 metal, spread out. That's all I have is 1,000 metal. But if metal goes to $50, that's 50 grand. Jack says metal times DeFi, baby. Hero says metal blockchain is layer 0, which interoperability with all the chains. Donald Bolden says as much as you can get, not financial advice. We have a new second record of trolls today. Hey, I'm not even worried about the troll. That's just confirmation. What's up, Rusty in the building? Look up ZBEC Network. It's a baby XRP. Definitely King Midas. King Midas in the building. And you know what I did today? I went and looked at my wallet, right? On L-Core. I logged in my wallets. And man, my liquidity pools was looking good. I'm talking about good. My liquidity pools, I'm talking about, I gained some hell of a fees. You know, we used to gain in like, $2 and $3. I'm talking about $40, $50 in fees. I'm like, what's going on? I'm telling y'all, if y'all sleeping on them liquidity pools, y'all better get on them liquidity pools, not financial advice. But I'm talking about Luna, what that's X Luna, that's one of them. Sora, XOR, I'm talking about liquidity pool went crazy. So don't sleep on liquidity pools, fam. And in every wallet, I'm trying to at least have 200-300 coins in liquidity pools. Because I watched a video one day and they actually spoke about Ramon says they got some airdrops on BlastPad. Definitely. For all y'all who don't know about BlastPad, go to BlastPad and get those airdrops. Free money could never hurt, right? I've never done them on the Metal X time, Sky. The only thing I've done on Metal X was swap and I forgot the other thing, streaming. I've streamed coin. As a matter of fact, I have $1,000 worth of loan stuck right now that I can't even get because I changed my keys on one of, what's up, Lease Let? I changed my keys on one of my wallets and now the keys don't work. And I get a hard time from Metallica sometimes, so I just took it as a loss. But the amount of coins that I have in that stream is about $1,000 in loan, and I have about 450,000 XPR that I can't get, that I lost out. And I did this way back when Rick first showed us how to stream our coins. That's another way of locking your coins into a smart contract. Mr. D says holding 2 million XPR, 1 million loan, 5,000 metal. You on your way, sir. You on your way. And if y'all go back on my channel and go way back on my YouTube, I actually did a video showing you how to set up liquidity pools if you don't know how to do it, right? It's very easy. Only when you're dealing with coins that don't have much liquidity that you got to kind of mess with the numbers and find that sweet spot. You got to find that sweet spot. But I'm telling you, don't sleep on liquidity pools. Don't sleep on blast pad. Like I say, just in case they migrate all of our coins to another blockchain, right? Unless if they do that, we don't want to have all our eggs in that one basket. Like I say, that's why we do staking, long staking. That's why we do liquidity pools. That's why we lock some of our coins in smart contracts so we can have both of the best of both worlds, right? If the native blockchain becomes something bigger, then we got coins still on the original Proton blockchain. If everything goes to A chain and we got coins over there and that turns out to be good, then we have another option also. But we not putting out, not this community. We don't put all our eggs in one basket. Like I say, what type of drummer beats one drum throughout the concert? Nah, he go beat all the different drums. We go position ourselves in many different ways, right? For the currency revaluation. The average person in crypto has no idea that a currency revaluation is coming. They don't know about that. They don't know about the currency revaluation. Do you think that $10 trillion, $100 trillion Zimbabwe note is going to stay at that amount till infinity? Nah, the Most High always pulls you up. Nothing stays the same. The top always hits the bottom and the bottom always hits the top. Frederick said, I'm focused on the train behind him. Yeah. Appreciate that, Jason. Yeah, Frederick, I'm over here by the shopping center. You know, the shopping center right by a bridge. That's the bridge that y'all see behind me. It goes over the river also. It goes over the Mississippi River, but the train crosses that bridge also. Ocean is A-chain metal blockchain. They say it's metal blockchain. They say it's metal blockchain, but Gematria points to A-chain as Alcor. A chain, L core. A. L core has the hexagram symbol. The hexagram is what was used to bind demons in spiritual wars and battles in ancient times. The hexagram is powerful. The evil, they took around, they worship the pentagram. There's a difference between the hexagram and the pentagram. Alcor has that hexagram symbol for a reason, fam. It's spiritual. It's spiritual. Go look at the decode that I did yesterday pertaining to Alcor and listen to each one of those terms, and your mind will be, you go make your own informed decision. You go make your own informed decision. Listen to that video that I did yesterday talking about Alcor, and you will get your answers. They say that A-chain is the migration of the XPR network to the metal blockchain. That's what they say. That's what they say. But what we do is we position ourselves in different. If that is it, we still win. If it goes to Alcor, we on Alcor. We got coins in liquidity pools. We are farming. We doing everything we got to do on all platforms, fam. That's how we win. That's how we win. We don't just look in one direction. Mr. Robot on the USA network, just like XPR network. Exactly. Exactly. DeFi King. DeFi King be coming with them gems. DeFi King dropped that, and he dropped the sneakers. That's the first person I saw talking about the sneakers movie. DeFi King. Then he doubled back and showed us Mr. Robot. God waking some people up, fam. God has activated many warriors in this spiritual war. Grok AI, 3 billion tokens and wallets, airdrop or scam, no volume. I would have to look at Grok AI. I haven't really. I know I don't hold Grok AI on my wallet. Those are good choices, Matt. Chris Hill says 144,000. That number we see a lot. I've decoded that number, and that number has came up many times before. Yeah, we do all have purpose, Donald. We all have purpose. And I'm serving mine. I'm serving my purpose. I'm serving my purpose. Because when you start serving your purpose, fear flees from you. You know, fear is low vibrational. Because I'm aware of the truth. I'm aware that this what we're experiencing right now that's what it's called, an experience. This is not the end all be all. This is the physical world. We fell into the physical from the spiritual, and we will go back to the spiritual. Could be, fam. Crypto Lycan be dropping gems too. Crypto Lycan is on a whole nother level also. That's a good question, Bully Bear. That is a good question. Definitely, Mac. Mr. D, you right. Yep, facts. Facts. You see that? What's up, spaceman? You see, they'll give us a little bit of truth, but the rest we got to put together ourselves. The rest we got to put together ourselves. They give us a piece of the puzzle. I don't know, Leash Let, but I remember when Crypto Rick did a video talking about BSV. He said that BSV would not be able to work at anything under 700,000 a coin. I have never forgot that video. Anything under $700,000 a coin, BSV could not work. I never forgot that. Chris Hill says, I am Energy 369. That's powerful. Normally, I wear my Taxion necklace, right, with that symbol on it. The Taxion symbol was just 369. Yeah, that's one of them. They have several, but BSVA is one of them. There is also BSVB. I bought both of them. Because it looked like they're rolling out some type of synchronization, right? A BSVA and a BSVB. We already see they have coins A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Come on, fam. Something taking place on Alcor that's way over our heads. And BSV is hard to buy. It's been taken off Coinbase. Well, somebody just posted that. I think that's Crypto Rick on Twitter said that I think this month or next month that BSV gonna be relisted on Coinbase. I saw that yesterday. I think Crypto Rick posted that on Twitter saying that BSV is about to be relisted on Coinbase. Yeah, because I was getting my BSV off of Trade Ogre, and for some reason Trade Ogre not even coming up no more. Let me try it again. Because that's I had some Hex coin, Electronium. I had some different coins on there that I can't get. Yeah, Silver is King Pro XPR. Definitely, Mac. Still no Trade Ogre. It says verification successful, but the site still not coming up. That's strange, right? That's where you can get a lot of different coins, like Monero, BSV, Nexus. You could get all those coins on Trade Ogre, but for some reason now Trade Ogre you can't get on the site. Maybe they upgrade. I don't know. Hold on, Lease Let's say Trade Ogre is working here. Where is here, Lease? See, it says connection timeout. Something ain't right. What's up, Andrew? UK. So it's working in the UK, but it's not working here. Very strange. Yeah, I can't get on the site. I saw a vid this morning from Zach Rector, like he said, shilling XRP BC. Yeah, he pooped on XPR, right? He pooped on XPR, right? Zach Rector. Zach Rectum. I wouldn't. Hey, I got out of that game a while back. Black Richie Rich. I got out of that game a while back, right? I got to get my bread when I'm retired. Then we can have that conversation. Yeah, Zach is whack, man. Zach is whack. That's one of the ones I told y'all about. He is becoming. He's gained. You know how much money he made talking about something that never made people like you and me money? How many subscribers he have? I watched his lives, right? He made crazy money, and giving nothing of substance. Nothing of substance. You know how many people on here right now are in profits because of they found me? And I don't ask for a thing. Like I told you, 500 videos in. 500 plus videos in. I put my work in. Now when my community decides they want to show me more love and extra love and want to give me financial gifts, no problem. But that's not why I'm here. I'm going to keep pushing. But these guys are getting rich because they're leading people to the hellfire. Hero, thank you, Hero. Once again, Hero always showing me love. I can't lie. I appreciate that, Hero. And I'm going to find a way to do something special for a lot of you guys that show support. I think I'm going to start doing giveaways, right? Giveaways of coins, giveaways of physical, of notes like dinars and different things. You know, people love to get spoon-fed when they hold the coin. Imagine our subscribers if we just spoke about XRP, right? Fuck that. We speak about truth. Exactly. Bear, we go get our money from the Most High and having integrity. They getting rich off leading people to the hellfire, and they wonder why they not go have a thing when this all goes down. That's how I look at it. Why you think they so scared going to work to be seeing a new bank called One World Bank? Keep it the way it is. I hear you, Leeslet. That's why you think they all trying to find out about UB keys and all this different. They scared to death. They want to protect their wealth because they know one thing. The Most High don't like what they've been doing. The ways they got wealthy. The people they messed over. What's up, Ben? Right? The conniving things they did. Right? And they want to protect their wealth. And they go try their best to depend on all kind of technology. Not knowing that the Most High could take whatever needs to be taken. But us, this community, what's up, Steve? 2K in the building. But this community, you go find there's going to be a force field around your crypto. Remember I told you guys, this community right here, people like me, Bear, all you other guys who are here, we are the ones that sleep through the tornado, and when we wake up, we come outside and your whole neighborhood has been destroyed, but your house is intact. Not one shingle missing. All your trees are still standing there beautiful as ever. Right? Your friend up the street who's on the same frequency as you, y'all communicate, y'all have the same faith, his house is not destroyed. Have you ever seen a tornado wipe out a whole neighborhood and just miss houses to where you just can't understand it? Right? That's us. That's us. We are the houses that will be left standing when that twister comes through and takes out a lot of things that the Most High deemed to be judged. Charlie says, Bomber Clot, right? He must know my ex-wife was Jamaican. Live in Kansas, hope that don't happen, but unknown never know with heart. True, Chris. True. That's what's up, Charlie. True. BTC go down 25% and stuff will hit fan. Yeah, but not only BTC, you got to think about Tether. How many coins are tied to Tether? When Tether goes down, Tether is an anchor that's on a ship, and the anchor weighs more than the ship. When that anchor goes down, it's going to pull that ship with it. But you know what's not linked to Tether? Many coins that we hold. Many coins that we hold. So we're prepared, fam. We looking in the right direction. We own to something. We just got to keep pushing. I love to come here and talk to you guys and see you guys' response. Bullet Bear says, funny, Tether is one of the coins to swap on Metal X. It's tied to some coins. A lot of coins, but there are a few that is not. And most of those coins that are not, we hold. You heard what somebody just say, no Tether on Alcor. 2Kager says XRP 262 on Zyman. Brian says being here is a lot of fun. All I want you guys to understand is know that time is up. Time is up. Right? The Most High, the downloads I get, it keeps telling me that the event, right? There is an event that's going to happen, fam. I don't know what the event is going to be. I don't know where it's going to be. But these decodes keep telling me that the event is about to go down. And we need to be ready. I was told to tell you and show you how to decode numbers and show you the importance of numbers. That was what I was supposed to do. Yeah, I showed you guys a lot of the cryptos that come up, but you can find out what I found out yourself. I want you guys to start dealing with numbers. I know Bully Bear deals with numbers. And now you see why he's amongst the elite on YouTube, because he's tapped in. Right? He's tapped in. A lot of guys on my Patreon are tapped in. They bring information just as well as I do. They're tapped in. Straight up. Straight up. We've been asleep too long, fam. It's time to wake up. It's time to raise our frequency and our vibrations. It's time. It's time. No more playing around. No more playing around. It's time. But we are positioned in ways that you cannot imagine. E-coin. E-coin. Right? Like I say, a lot of these guys throw me the alley-oop, I catch it and dunk it. When I decoded that video that DeFi King sent me, E-coin led to a lot of things. I've never seen so many numbers pertaining to loan protocol and the other coins that we hold come up. Also, the Iraqi dinar. The Iraqi dinar and loan are basically the same because the Iraqi dinar is 234 and 100. Loan is 230 is 100, right? So we know what time it is. Crypto Bully Bear says Metallica's members are characters on The Simpsons. Good night, no brainer. Straight up. I should have a look at Moby automobiles, all to do with AI and tech for electronic vehicles. That's interesting. That's interesting. But like I say, fam, we are positioned. Just like I think that was Isidra asked how many medals should she hold. I mean, we trying to load up, but we have to also remember we are in front of the corporations and institutions. That's why they didn't want us to hold these coins, because they have to wait on regulations. We didn't. 2Kager says Mobius. Oh, Mobius. Oh, okay. What about assimilate, sim? It came up in one of your decodes. I hold that code. I hold that coin, fam. I definitely bought that one because it came up in a way in my decode that was so significant, I went and got it. So you're right, Jason. You're right about that. Sim definitely got my attention. And I hold that coin. Least that said, no, Mobius is different. No notifications for your lives, only red posts. Wow, what's up, Dream Team? That's family right there. Always in the lives, right? That's why I say we gotta recognize our family, right? What about tokens and how many do you have to participate in voting on XPR network? Really didn't understand that one, Brian. Simpsons content for them, not us. So whatever is open, there should be closed for US. Whatever is hidden should be open for us. Tell you up is down and down is up. Exactly. Chris Hill, the video game Sim City shows that they control a lot from disasters to earthquakes. They're just sitting there playing with us. Exactly, Chris. That's what they doing. That's what they doing. But they running out of time. That's why they sped up the timeline. Because I'm gonna tell y'all something. There is going to be a cycle that the sun enters into. And when that sun enters into that cycle, so much radiation is going to be emitted on this planet. And if you're in 3D, if you haven't raised your frequency and your vibrations, fam, you are out of here, fam. You won't. You're looking for trouble. So I tell you guys to raise your frequency, right? To meditate, to tap into these numbers and get your soul contract. And once you start doing that, you find your soul purpose, and you get on that road to what you are here for. Then you will elevate in frequency and dimensions. Exactly, Bully Bear. Thank you, Chris Hill. Thank you. Thank you for the super chat. So you can't stay in 3D at that low frequency when you have that kind of radiation coming to the earth. We talking about Ra, right? Ra. A lot of people want you to think Ra is just talking up. If Ra decides to not shine, but Ra is only an attribute of the Most High God, like I told you, fam. Thank you, Jason. Is that question for Bully Bear, Jason? But it's time. Let's raise our frequencies. Let's make sure we're not in 3D anymore. Let's raise our frequencies, fam. Because the majority of people out here are in 3D. We 5 and up. We 5 and up. My same video came on there. These people we talking about TVs, and when they looked at the screen, it was blank. They can't even see it. Even the videos are vibrating at a frequency that they can't see. You was able to see it because your frequency matches my frequency. So congratulate yourself that you're no longer in the third dimension. Congratulate yourself, but we can go higher. Because the higher in dimensions you go, the more knowledge you can get, because now you're tapping into other dimensions, other realms. You're tapping into your higher self, your higher aspect, right? You can hear your guardian angels and your angels that protect you more clearer. You're decalcifying your pineal gland, right? From the fluoride they put in your water, from the chemicals they put in your mouthwash, from the things they put in your food. It's all to decalcify your pineal gland. When you decalcify your pineal gland, your dreams become more vivid. Your visions become more vivid. You start tapping into your true purpose. You start communicating with your ancestors and celestials and the Most High and the universe. That's what they don't want you to know. They can play all kind of games with cryptos, but boy, if they get on that collective consciousness, they know the power we have. Unity consciousness. These are not things I'm just telling you. These are things that my decodes tell me to present. Christ consciousness, unity consciousness, collective consciousness, fam. Let's go. Let's get on that same wavelength, on that same frequency, right? Let's tap into that dot, that black dot, that pine cone that the Anunnakis was holding, that egg, right? Lamb's egg. The egg is the pineal gland. Let's tap into that, fam, because that is what led you here. But we can go higher. We can go higher. Exactly, hero, and do some fasting and semen retention. Exactly. I think, man, that you touched on something right there, hero. Because when I slowed down with that, I noticed the difference. You're right, hero. When I slowed down with that, I noticed the major difference, fam. Collective consciousness recognize there's only one God. That's true. There's only one God. There's only one God. But God has many attributes. So when you hear about Ra, Isis, when you hear Zeus and Kuan Yin, and all these are just Buddha, right? Quetzalcoatl, Viracocha, Shiva. These are all just different attributes. That's all. That's all. But there's only one God. And I pay homage to the Most High God. I talk to the Most High God every day. But what I also do is I show respect. Show respect, fam. Show respect. I show respect to Ra because Ra is the sun. That's all it is. They make us so religious till when we start battling with each other and we start disagreeing. And then we get divided. We get divided. We can't let that happen, fam. And confirmation just now, I looked up, my numbers was 50-50. 50-50. Start watching numbers. When you start seeing numbers over and over again, that is your higher self trying to get your attention. That is your higher self trying to get your attention, which is your guardian angel. Nobody's going to protect you like you. That is your higher self. Listen to your higher self. God is within us. You're right, Chris. People waiting for God to come from without, but he's going to come from within. The Most High is going to come from within you. We've been confused and misled too long. This is called the Great Awakening. Something is in all of your and my DNA that has activated. And once it activates, you will know the difference. You will see the world different. You will not walk with fear. You will not deal with the same things you dealt with. All negativity, it will be a turn off to you. You can't be around it. When you walk in the room, people look at you like you crazy. Because your energy, the energy you giving off is driving them crazy. Your frequency is just, you on a higher dimension. You can't stay amongst the low vibrational, fam. We have to save ourselves, right, hero? Dream Team say they blocking all his comments. It figures. It figures. Because there is an aura over this live. There is an aura over this community. Exactly. Bully Bear says D-Wade. D-Wade. And you wonder why there's a cryptocurrency called D-Wave and Ion Q. It's all about frequency. It is all about frequency. Case in point, it's all about frequency. If you're on the right frequency, your station, your radio station is tuned in. Your antennas are pointing to the stars, to the universe. God gives off an everlasting, never stopping signal. Never stopping signal. You just have to find that station. Once you find that station, that broadcast comes in clear. And once you get in that signal in that broadcast, now you're tapped in. Now you're one with the Most High. You're one with the universe. That's it. It's all frequency. Why you think now they have something called frequency weapons? That is going to be their next attack. Because they want to attack the frequency. They want to attack the frequency, fam. Correct, Lise. They want to attack the frequency. They want to shut off that pineal gland, that doorway to the stars, to the cosmos, to the realms, to the dimensions. That pineal gland. That is the real eye. That is the third eye. These eyes right here are looking at a holographic world, a prison. We fell into a prison, a physical body. When you leave this physical body, you go back to the spiritual realm. So dying is living and living is dying. You have to get that through your head. You think you're living now, but really you're in an experience. You're experiencing something in the matrix. But when you leave here, you go back to the spiritual, is when you live. But they want to take that from you with Neuralink. They want to make you so-called immortal. They want to make you so-called immortal, right? Take the chip. You have the fountain of youth. You never die. Well, if you never die, how do you get to go back to your maker? You can't go back to from which you came. You can't go back and be with your ancestors. You can't go back and be with your mother. You can't go back and be with your father. You stuck in the matrix eternally. It says that in Revelations that you will want to die but cannot. Death will flee from you. That's talking about Neuralink. That's talking about making man merge with machine. That is taking away your doorway to leave this matrix. You don't want to stay here. This is not the real world. We fell into the physical from the spiritual. When you read the Bible and you hear about the wars in heaven, when you read the Mahabharata and all these different books and everything, those wars happened on spiritual realms. That was spiritual battles. And then we fell in frequency. We fell in vibration. And we fell to a lower form of existence, which is 3D, which is physical. We took on the physical, matter, right? The atoms in anything physical vibrate so slow, it takes on a physical form. But there's something called antimatter. So if we are matter, and there is something called antimatter, there's an opposite of the physical. But you think the physical is the real, when the physical is really the lowest form of existence. We want to get back to that spiritual, fam. We want to get back to the frequency from which we fell. You couldn't have said it better, hero. Let's not fear debt. See, people, they fear debt. Fear debt for what? You gotta face it one day anyway. You gotta face it. But you determine where your frequency and your vibration is when you face it. We all gotta face it. We all have to face it. Thank you, Van. Exactly. We all got to face that one day. So why walk around in fear all day of something that's inevitable? If I'm go leave this world, I'm gonna leave this world doing what I was sent to do. Because the last thing I want to do is go to the real world and be looked at as a coward, be looked at as someone that didn't do what they were sent to do. Many people in history did not have that mentality of fear. They welcomed whatever the outcome was. And you know what that did? You know what that did for them? It put them on a status to where some of them become archangels. Some of them become part of a higher council. But you don't know that. You don't know that. You don't know that your deeds on this earth could dictate if you become an archangel or not. But so many people are low vibrational. They've been tricked to think that there is no consequences for your action. You can just take people's lives. You can just rob, steal. You can just do whatever you want. There is no consequences. They must never read the Book of the Dead. They must never read the Bible or the Quran. That's your decision, Dream Team. I can't give financial advice, but I'm going to tell you one thing. There's something special about loan. There is something special about loan. Exactly. Exactly. So, fam, exactly, Dream Team. Loan protocol is it's in a lane of its own. It's in a lane of its own. But I said I was going to come on here today and go live for an hour and 45 minutes. That was my limit. Because I'm one of those 9-to-5ers, fam. I got to punch the clock. Yeah, good advice, hero. I got to punch the clock today. So I wanted to make sure, because I told you, I'm about to go live much as I can, because, you know, we got to get to the bottom of a lot of stuff. And like I say, whenever YouTube come and mess with my live, they just make me turn up more. Exactly. So I want to let you all know that I appreciate you for joining the live. I'll try to do this again tomorrow around the same time. But everybody that sent super chats, hit the like buttons, sent me emojis or whatever, I want to let you know you are greatly appreciated. Peace and blessings to you. Peace and blessings to you. Thank you, hero. Peace and blessings to you. When I pay my homage to the Most High, I'm going to put something special into the atmosphere for this community, to keep this community covered and protected, because I appreciate you all. I have a lot of love for this community, and I know a lot of you have a lot of love for me. Let's keep working together, because if we all get to know each other, 21 shares don't show up no more. Really, Bully Bear, that's interesting. But if one of us, if we all get to know each other and become real family oriented, if just a small percentage of us become billionaires, that's enough money to make sure everyone else in this community is financially straight. So we're all we're all positioning ourselves better, because if I become a billionaire, then I could take millions of dollars and spread it out through you all. If you become, we all give each other more of a chance to have wealth, because we get to know each other. We become family, right? So we up in our odds. We're up in our odds, because Lord knows if I become a billionaire, a lot of you guys on here that I've become fine to know and that have been supporting me, I promise you, you will get the biggest airdrop of your life, because it's not about the money. If I become a billionaire, I could take 500 million and be happy, and take the other 500 and break it down with my community. That's just me. That's just me. Think about it. If one of you become a billionaire, right, and you have people on here who've been helping you, showing you love, you've come accustomed to talking with them, right, and you become a billionaire, couldn't you just take $500 million and live the rest of your life with generational wealth, and that other 500 million, and everybody who's been on here who had faith, they thought it was going to come from their wallet making them rich, but they got a airdrop, or somebody sent them $1 million or $5 million worth of loan, right? And you just never know how the Most High will bless you. But when you're dealing in that frequency, that right frequency, fam, you never will understand the ways the Most High could bless you. You could never comprehend. You could never comprehend. So everybody who's in this chat, who's been talking to each other, showing each other love, everybody has a possibility to become wealthy. And it ups all of our eyes, because for every person that becomes wealthy, that gives that person the opportunity to reach back and help somebody else. That's how it should work. That's how it should work. And that's how we gonna make it work. Because I'm gonna do a call. Once this money comes in and we all good, I'm gonna do a call to action. We go make some changes, fam. We gonna make some changes. We ain't gonna be stingy. We ain't gonna be tight. We was doing fine before we got the money. Now we got the money. Let's help people. Let's change things. Let's make a difference in the world. Do you want this earthly wealth and live a short time and die and not have done what you could have done? Or do you want to have what you receive, what the Most High allowed you to receive, take it and have a major effect on people and the world and make big change, and then leave this physical world and go to the afterlife or go to the higher realms, and you become a powerful being? You become an archangel. You become the right hand of powerful beings and celestials. You become part of an everlasting army. It's your decision. But we all got to leave this place. I'd rather leave this place making an impact that I know will resonate throughout history. Because every time your name is spoken into the ether, it empowers you. That energy. So let's all work together to make sure no man left behind. We were cool when we didn't all have no money. We would come in the chat and talk for hours and have a good time and communicate. Well, when we all rich, we go do the same thing, but it's going to be about what do we do today? How do we help people? Right? That's what we go do. Make sure no one is left behind. So once again, I want to appreciate all the super chats, all the love, right? I want to let you all know I'm going to keep working hard to bringing everything to the forefront that the universe shows me. Big shout out to Crypto Bully Bear for joining the live today. If you guys don't know about Bully Bear, go subscribe to his channel. But once again, thank you. Thank you. This has been an awesome live. This has been an awesome live. For sure, Bully Bear. And thanks to all my family who always come. Frederick, Max, Donald, right? Everybody. Hero, Dr. Robinson, everybody. Thanks to everybody. Jack, thank you guys for coming. Jason, thank you guys for coming. Until next time, Starship out.